Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to review Shattered, a game released on the MetaQuest store on December 4th, 2024 by developer PlaySide Studios Ltd. It retails for $20, however it also released on MetaQuest Plus, now called Horizon Plus, and I got to play it as a paying subscriber. Shattered is described by the developer as a groundbreaking mixed reality escape room experience, where reality is just a puzzle waiting to be unraveled. Trapped in a mysterious mental health facility, your perceptions cannot be trusted. To escape, you must turn your physical space into a labyrinth of escape rooms and manipulate objects across virtual and mixed reality to solve complex puzzles. Now that was a mouthful. I would simply describe this as your classic puzzle adventure game that's a psychological thriller. I actually think that calling it an escape room is selling it short. This is a full game with a complete narrative. It's got voiceovers, it's got a very creepy atmosphere, and has a story that will keep you engaged from start to finish. It has several cutscenes where you're just listening to the narrative. So overall, I would say this game falls closer to puzzle adventure than a pure escape room. And this is one of the best mixed reality experiences that I have played. And the puzzles are actually very challenging here. I'm not gonna lie, I was constantly having to use all the hints available in this game, and there were several times where I was completely stuck and had to look at an online walkthrough. This game is not for everyone. If you're a puzzle beginner, if you're afraid of puzzle games, if you get frustrated with difficult puzzles, this might not be the game for you. I will say that if you take your time, read carefully, and if you're very observant of your surroundings and can keep your inventory somehow organized, then you'll probably not find it as difficult as I did. You will have to think outside of the box for a few of the puzzles, but they all make logical sense. Lastly, I will make a word of caution that you do need a good play space to play this game. The less room you have to play this game, the more difficult it'll be, because you do have to place several items around you, and you'll need some way to extend the battery for your headset. You have to finish each level or the game will not save your progress. So if your battery dies and you haven't finished the level, you're gonna have to start from the very beginning of that level. My recommendation is, if the headset starts warning you that your battery is low, stop playing immediately and start recharging. But do not quit the game, just pause it. Once it's recharged, you can pick up where you left off if you pause it, as long as you did not quit or exit, or if your battery didn't completely die. The game took me 6 hours to complete. I would imagine it would take most people 4 to 8 hours, just depending on how much you're really struggling and how willing you are to look for those hints or look for those walkthroughs online. The game is running on the Unity engine, and I did not notice any major optimization issues. I did notice some micro stutters during scene transitions, but again, nothing severe. This is a fully room scale game, so you do need a large size play space. I highly recommend going into your MetaQuest settings, going under environmental setup, going to your play space and setting it up prior to starting to play this game. You'll be setting up portals at the walls of your room where you will interact with several objects, and then you will be placing objects inside of your room. This spacing is very important because several objects will interact with each other, and the more space you have, the less cluttered it'll be, and it'll just be easier to solve these puzzles that way. You have several tools that you'll use along with an inventory system. The inventory system is basically just a button press, and then you'll be able to pull out the different clues or the different tools depending on which you need. The one tool that you'll almost always constantly have is the flashlight, and the flashlight not only brightens the area so you can see better, but it also acts like a disinfectant that takes away some of the dark stuff around objects that you might need to grab. And there's also a UV light that'll let you see hidden messages. But you'll also have other tools such as a hammer, a crowbar, or a wrench. And then you'll have other objects such as keys, cogwheels, or levers that you'll need in order to solve some of the puzzles. Now, I was often confused on what to do, especially at the start of the levels, but there is a hint system. And basically you get 3 hints, and the first one is usually pretty vague, and then you get more specific hints. Each hint though is based on a cooldown. And while making portals and bringing in items into your room is pretty cool for mixed reality, this game goes a step further. Your room will turn red tinted, some shadowy figures will suddenly appear, and even the placing of certain objects makes a big difference in this game. You'll have to get creative in not only how you use some of the objects, but in where you place them. You'll be drowning in atmosphere and operating under full psychological stress. Now, I do have some negatives besides the save system in this game. I was also often picking up the wrong item item. It's very easy to highlight something you don't want and pick it up by accident. The inventory system gets very unwieldy. And while I did just say that I enjoyed the atmospheric lighting in this game, it was also a bit too dark during several times in this game. And obviously the graphics could be better. These are Xbox 360 looking graphics, but if you can look past the visuals, there is a very good game under the hood here. Very good puzzles, good story, good atmosphere, innovative gameplay. If I have to rate it, I would give it a very good 7 out of 10. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. This has been my review for Shattered. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Lonely. Her kids never visit her anymore.
Be that as it may, I do not approve of you being so involved in each other's personal affairs.